If you've ever been pushed around by someone who thought you were disposable, hit that like button. This is one of the darkest, most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today, and trust me, they earned every second of what was coming. I got hired in early 2013 as a content creator for a university in Singapore. Back then, video creation wasn't what it is today. No automated editing suites. No plug-and-play templates. If you wanted good content, you learned every skill yourself: scripting, lighting, audio, shooting, casting, editing, everything. The university knew this. They brought me in specifically to build their YouTube presence from scratch. The pay? $2,200 a month. Not amazing, but enough for me to survive. Day 2, my manager called me into her office. She slid a document toward me like she was handing over a death sentence. Your KPI, she said. 85 videos. 3 to 10 minutes each. In 1 year. Alone. My stomach locked up. 85 videos was something even a small production team would struggle with. And I was just one die. I told her, this is impossible. She gave me the kind of smile you give a child who doesn't understand the rules yet. Just try. If the videos are good, the quantity won't matter. She lied. And I didn't know it yet. The first month was okay. She was warm, oddly supportive. She'd bring me snacks, ask if I needed help, check in on my workload. Then one afternoon I made a stupid mistake. I took a cigarette break. She didn't see the cigarette. She smelled it on me. Her face hardened like wet cement turning to stone. A colleague later whispered, "Oh no. She hates smokers. She tries to get them fired." And overnight, this woman transformed into a full-blown tyrant. Suddenly everything was a problem. You smell like smoke. You were 5 minutes late. Why didn't you answer your phone during your break? Why are you tired? Why are you stressed? Meanwhile, I was grinding 60 hours a week, 6 days straight, because I refused to produce trash content. And despite using my own equipment, my own editing software, and dragging my old DSLR everywhere, the videos I made pulled the highest views the university ever had. I thought hard work mattered, but to her, I was a target she desperately wanted to eliminate. At month 5, I got called to the director's office. The moment I stepped in, I knew something was wrong. My manager was already inside, leg crossed, hands folded, wearing a look that said, "I won." The director didn't even let me sit before she spoke. "I'm disappointed. It's June and you've done 30 out of 85 videos." I explained everything. The workload, the overtime, the outdated equipment, the promise that quality mattered more than quantity. The metrics showing my videos were performing better than anything they had ever produced. The director waved her hand like my words were flies buzzing around her. "The KPI is 85 videos. You're behind. We're cutting the cord early." My chest tightened. "How will you finish the KPI if I'm gone?" "I'm the only content creator here." My manager snorted. "We'll hire a professional production house," she said, dragging the word professional like she was spitting out the taste of me. The director nodded. Yes, she handled it. And right there in that very second, I had a realization. They had no idea how the production world worked. But I did. And they were about to step into quicksand. One of my responsibilities had been maintaining a database of production houses. My manager had zero industry contacts. She'd be forced to rely on my database. So that night, angry, humiliated, and running purely on spite, I corrupted the entire thing. I changed phone numbers, misspelled emails, scrambled website links, deleted contact names, all except one entry. A company where my friend worked as a junior director. I called him immediately. "What's going on?" he asked. "I'm about to get fired," I said. "And I want you to benefit from it." I explained everything. The firing, the KPI, the budget, the manipulation, the humiliation. Then I told him the plan. If your production house gets this contract, you'll get months of guaranteed work and maybe even a promotion. In return, I get the industry standard 15% finder's fee. He didn't even hesitate. Done. Within an hour, his general manager called me. "When can you meet?" he asked. I said, Right now, I gave them a full breakdown of exactly how to pitch, the tone the director likes, the themes the university wants, the buzzwords that make the chancellor feel smart, the style my manager pretends to understand but doesn't. I basically handed them a cheat code. 2 days later, the university called them in for a pitch. My ex-manager and the director sat through the meeting completely stunned. "Wow," they said. "How do you know our vision so well? It feels like you've worked with us before." "Yeah, no kidding." They signed the contract on the spot. What they didn't realize was that using a production house wasn't too cheap, especially not one with a full, professional crew. Each video cost double or triple my monthly salary, and they ordered 50 videos over 4 months. The university had given my old manager a budget equal to about a year and a half of my salary. She ended up spending over 10 times that, and she approved every invoice without permission. Meanwhile, I sat back, collected 15% from the production company, which ended up being about 15 months of my salary, and bought myself a ticket to Bali while preparing for film school overseas. I thought that was the end of it. But karma wasn't finished. One morning in Bali, while I was eating breakfast by the beach, my phone rang. It was the same colleague who'd warned me about my manager's hatred of smokers. Her voice was shaking, but not from fear, from laughter. "Bro, she's been fired." I sat up. "What?" "She spent 10 times the project budget without approval." The chancellor tore the director apart in a meeting. The manager's gone. And the director. She barely survived the meeting. Her reputation's wrecked. I leaned back in my chair and stared at the ocean. 5 months ago, they thought I was powerless, disposable, just a smoker they wanted out of the building. Now, I had a year's worth of salary in my bank account. My friend got promoted to full director at his production house, and they were the ones drowning in the disaster they created. All because they tried to screw over the one guy who knew the system better than they did. The chancellor's final decision hit them like a hammer. The manager, terminated immediately for financial negligence. The director, dragged through academic politics, reputation shredded. Their whole professional production house solution became the exact reason they imploded. And every dollar they overspent, every meeting they botched, every panic-filled call they made trying to justify the budget. I was earning money because of it. No screaming. No confrontation. No dramatic showdown. Just cold, quiet revenge. The kind that hits harder because it's built on their own arrogance. If I learned anything from this, it's simple. Small people with big egos always think you're not paying attention. They think you'll just take the hit and move on. But when someone pushes a good person too far, they end up teaching that person exactly how to destroy them. If this story hit you the way it hit me living through it, smash that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the worst boss you've ever had? And did they ever get what they deserved? And of course, subscribe for more dark, satisfying revenge stories.